Um, so next we're going to be talking about our game of the show. So what I want us to do is talk individually real quick. Not too long. Just go over your list of your top 5 games of the show from 5 to 1, and then we'll reveal what we came to a consensus on as our controlled interest game of the show for the first year doing E3 and all that good stuff. So I'll go first. My list was actually completely different yesterday, but after going over some things and that kind of stuff, my list is a little bit different. So at 5, I have The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. You probably heard me say multiple times that I think that the game is emptier than it should be and it doesn't feel like Zelda. Dom's done a good part of convincing me that they probably pulled that stuff out, though the devil's advocate in me wants to say that's not the case, but it still looks fun. Like, I like Zelda enough that even if it is empty, it'd still be a fun time to get in. I still don't know why I should own an NX, but yeah, Legend of Zelda looks cool. Number 4 for me is Horizon Zero Dawn. We've talked about they didn't show anything crazy. People complained about the dialogue system. It looks like Fallout. I'm used to that weird transition. It looks cool. That's definitely a game I am jealous. That was shown at PlayStation. That's coming out relatively soon before I start getting Social Security checks. Number 3, We Happy Few. We've talked about it. Dystopian looks awesome. The gameplay was sweet. Can't wait for that game. Number 2, For Honor. Combat looks great. The single player, though it's not something crazy narrative driven, it does look like a fun time to, get better at my sword fighting skills along this very generic-y but really cool bro story. And number 1 for me, Ghost Recon Wildlands. The shooting mechanics, if they're anything like The Division, which I would lead to believe that they're going to be solid because Ghost Recon's always solid. That game just looks fun, looks like a blast. The fact that you can play through it by yourself or with a group, that takes away from The Division. I think they'll fix a lot of the issues The Division had with, enemies not scaling to certain players and stuff like that. I think they'll get this right. Ghost Recon Wildlands is my personal game of the show. Just loved everything about that game. So, Jordan, you go first. What were your top 5 games of the show? Also, real quick, honorable mentions, Titanfall 2 and Prey. Those didn't really have solid gameplay, so I didn't put them in my running for a game of the show. So, good.
All right. My list is a little similar. Actually, no, not at all. Dishonored was my number 5. I kind of know what it's all about already, but I loved what they showed, and I'm really excited for that. Next up was State of Decay. I loved the first one. I actually haven't finished it yet, but I put a couple hours into it, and I love the gameplay. I love the noise mechanic where every time you open a cupboard and do things like that, then it sends out that kind of that beacon where any zombies in that vicinity would then come after you, which it's a cool mechanic, and there's nothing really, even though there's tons of other zombie games out there, there's nothing quite like that. So really excited for that. Next up is Days Gone. I'm a huge fan of zombie games, which explains State of Decay, and then I've also loved The Last of Us. I love Dead Islands. So this is just like a lot of people say this zombie genre is getting overpopulated, but I think this game will be different enough. And I love the biker take that they're going with this, that you're going to be riding around on your motorcycle a lot. As a big Walking Dead fan, I got a lot of Daryl Dixon vibes from this. So really looking forward to that too. Next is Horizon Zero Dawn, which although we didn't see a whole lot of new stuff that we hadn't seen before, it just still continues to impress. Like, it looks amazing, and I cannot wait to play this. I'm upset that it's not going to come till February, but I'm glad, let them take the time they need to make sure this is as polished as it should be.
As Polish as it should be.
Yeah, as Polish, yeah. So yeah, I really liked Horizon. I thought it showed very well. But of course, number 1 for me was Zelda. I kind of already knew that this was going to be the case coming in, and everything they showed was just what I wanted to see, and I think they knocked it out of the park with this game. I think they definitely are going to have, this typical standard Zelda stuff that we're used to, on top of all these new RPG elements that they've added. I think they just didn't want to show some of that older stuff that we know is going to be there anyway. So I don't even own a Wii U or obviously not an NX. Yet this is what I'm most looking forward to out of everything we saw at E3, and I thought it showed really well. Everything, all the demos they went through, everything looked fantastic. So I'm super pumped for Zelda.
So the cool thing about this is our list feature very few identical games. We're pretty different on a lot of them, which I thought was pretty interesting. It just shows how wide and expansive E3 is for people's tastes. So when it came down to game of the show as controlled interest as a whole, there was three. We did a point system when we came to Legend of Zelda having 6 points, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Dishonored 2. We eliminated Horizon Zero Dawn after talking and figuring, yeah, this isn't, to Dom's point, they didn't show anything new per se. It still looks like a solid game. No one's thinking this is going to be bad. They didn't pull a Final Fantasy 15. But, we wanted to give it to, Horizon Zero Dawn got plenty of Game of the Shows last year, so so then it came down to Legend of Zelda and Dishonored 2. Dom voted for Legend of Zelda, because why wouldn't he? And I voted for Dishonored 2, and the breaking vote was Jordan, and he chose Dishonored 2. Both of these games look cool. Zelda could easily be in Game of the Show, but man, Dishonored 2, even though I didn't like the first one and I probably won't buy the second one, it still was impressive. I was still visually entertained. That time thing was so cool. Like, whether you like Dishonored 2 or not, or the Dishonored as a franchise, that whole spectacle was awesome to see. So yeah, Dishonored 2 is our quote-unquote Game of the Show. I'll probably make a neat little graphic that we'll tweet out later this week with a little ribbon I'll make or something. But before we get out of here, it was a cool E3. I enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure everyone did. Yeah, the hype is strong. So what we're going to be playing this week, I don't know specifically. I'm probably going to try that Limbo achievement until I get irritated with it. I'm going to be playing some Sunset Overdrive, XCOM. Oh yeah, XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and The Crew are now available for Games with Gold. So download those if you're interested. I'll probably dabble with The Crew. I'm not super into racing games, but Ubisoft makes pretty solid games for the most part, so I'll definitely see what their take on racing is and stuff like that. Enemy Unknown looks interesting too. I want to see what that game's about. People love it, so what else? Yeah, Sunset Overdrive. I need to get back to Quantum Break. This will be my week to get back to games and stuff, so yeah, I'm not making too many promises as to what specifically I'll be playing, but those are in the grab bag of what I might go into. So what about you guys?
So I'm going to finish up Order 1886. Only got a little bit left in that for my best judgment. And then I'm going to get back into Skyward Sword on the Wii.
On the Wii. You're the only person playing the Wii at this point.
Jared, except for all those people still playing, what's the dance game from Ubisoft called?
Just Dance?
Yeah, all those people that apparently still buy Just Dance for the Wii.
God. Ugh. Or Wii Sports that still played it. Actually, Wii's are pretty big in, not to go off on a tangent, Wii's are actually pretty big in nursing homes. A lot of nursing homes have them so people, the old people can play Wii Sports and stuff and get a little bit of workout there. For me, I definitely want to get around to playing Chrono Trigger. I think that's something that's a definite hole in my backlog of just being a gamer that it seems like it's the RPG everybody always talks about. Like, it's something I need to play, I think. So I definitely want to get around. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have a Vita. I'm sorry, I'm the problem. Before we head out, I want to say thank you guys for listening, watching, sharing. We have our tweet out for the Star Wars giveaway. We're going to be announcing the winner next episode, so next Sunday when this comes out. Just make sure 2 things: you retweet it and you're following us. If you're not following us, you're not eligible to win, unfortunately. We're getting a steady, stream of followers, I guess, on Twitter is the right way to say that. Yeah, thank you guys for listening, sharing, watching, all of that stuff. Hopefully you enjoy our individual discussions that are going up later within the week. They're deep cuts into all the specific announcements. They're usually between a half an hour and an hour long. We definitely get into everything. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching, all of that stuff. Share us if you can. It definitely helps us. And we'll see you guys in episode 17 and beyond. Any closing words, guys?
I believe Rockstar said that we should see some new stuff from them soon.
Yeah, catch you guys next time in episode 7. Don't get your jimmies rustled too much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.